Welcome back. We continue National Foster Care Month with extra special parents today to talk about the need for foster families in Virginia. Amber Johnson-Christley is the Director of Recruitment and Training at Extra Special Parents. Welcome, Amber.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. So first, what's the state of foster care in Virginia right now?
The number of children continue to come into care. Is approximately 5,000 children in care in the state of Virginia, 400 of which are just in the Roanoke community.
Oh wow, that is quite a lot. So for folks at home who really aren't sure or don't know, can you explain exactly what is the role of a foster parent?
Sure. The role of a foster parent is to provide care and support for a child until permanency is achieved.
Mm-hmm. And then what about, well, when it comes in terms of becoming a foster parent, you know, they're not really alone in this, and that's
right.
where Extra Special Parents comes in. Can you explain to folks at home what you guys do exactly?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're supported throughout your journey of becoming a foster parent, and then when you are a foster parent, you have a placement. You have a clinical specialist that's assigned to you to work with you and the child throughout the entire time that they're there. And if you don't have a placement, you still have a family service specialist that's there to support you as well.
Mm-hmm. And you do a lot of training.
Yes,
too,
absolutely.
Right? And how important is that in terms of becoming a foster parent? What's that process like?
We have trainings scheduled every month. Our trainings are, there's approximately 5 sessions, but there's other aspects to the training as well. Mm-hmm. And then once you're a licensed foster family, you have ongoing training every month.
Mm-hmm. And then once you do have, I guess, the training needed, how fast can you actually, have kids placed in your home?
That really depends on the process through the home study, what your preferences are, and where the type of referrals that we're getting.
Mm-hmm. And then one thing that I found really interesting that I learned through Extra Special Parents is respite care. Mm-hmm. Can you talk to me about what that means? Because I think it's a really good way for families who are interested in becoming foster families, but it's like a good way to kind of get their feet wet in it.
Yeah, definitely. So you still go through the process of being a foster parent and licensure and training and all of that. And then respite care is just a temporary care for a youth, and that's typically with one of the youth that are in our other foster families. So, mm-hmm. If the family is having to go out of town and the youth can't come for one reason, then you're providing that support for the families within the ESP community.
Mm-hmm. And real quick, I do want to go back to the need right now in Virginia. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of children, and I understand too, there are a lot of teens
yes.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of recent? You've seen a lot more teens?
Definitely. The number of teens that are coming into care or are already in care that need a family environment is pretty high. It makes up about 32% of kiddos mm-hmm. Between 13 and 17. That
is pretty high. And mm-hmm. that's a tough age, I'm
yes.
sure, to kind of be in different homes. And what's the worry about them? They actually end up out of the system too, right? That's kind
yes.
of, that's not what you want, really. You want them to be able to have families to be with, right?
Yes, it's important for them to have families. They may be a teen, and generally teens want to be independent, but there's a level of support that's needed for them to be independent and even have a family to go to when they're over 18.
Mm-hmm. So I know it's very much needed, these foster families in Virginia. Mm-hmm. There are, like you said, different ways that you can approach it through training. You can also do respite care as well. So if folks at home are interested in learning more, where can they go to get more information?
Yes, fosterva.org. You can get additional information on there and also speak to one of our foster parent recruitment specialists.
Absolutely, and learn about the training, which I'm sure one is coming up
yes,
shortly.
We mm-hmm. actually have one starting tonight.
Okay, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Okay, Amber Johnson-Christley, the Director of Recruitment and Training at Extra Special Parents, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.